Hi, everyone. It's Coach Mo here for another live career inspiration tips and to tell you some things that will be helpful to you in your career. I am Coach Mo Fall. I'm America's kick-ass career coach and the creator of the Kick-Ass Career Workshop, where we help professional women up level. We bring their souls back to life so they can land a dream job. And when you land a dream job with your soul expanded, it feels amazing. All of us as humans want to achieve something so that we can feel a level of fulfillment. Whatever that idea of success is for you, that achievement is what fuels your sense of life. And all week long, every single week for the past 7 years, I've been helping professional women up-level their careers. If you're a professional woman whose career isn't exactly where you want it to be, you're going to want to tune in and listen as I talk to you today about how to thrive in the new economy. There are 3 things that you need to do for your career in this new economy. And, every time there's a ripple in the world, every time there's a massive transformation in how business is conducted, which has happened recently, have you noticed? There is an opportunity for you to make the shifts necessary to come alive in a new way. Now, I'm going to say it this way. The fact that this new economy has been reconfigured due to our massive pandemic crisis around the globe means that you're also suffering from a trauma pattern. And maybe those trauma patterns are stacked on top of each other. Perhaps you've lost your job. Perhaps you've lost a loved one. Perhaps you've lost something else, your health, perhaps mental health, physical health. Perhaps your kids are struggling. So in any case, what we're dealing with right now in the world and what you personally are dealing with is the desire for your soul to soar and your desire for success, achievement, and fulfillment on top of the fact that we all have a trauma pattern that we're navigating. And each and every one of us have a personal idea of what that looks like. If you're a professional woman waiting for things to go back to normal, think again. That's not going to happen. And so you're going to need survival skills, success skills that look like nothing that you've ever done before. And I can't emphasize this enough. I was helping women with their careers and up-leveling before the pandemic, but now more than ever, having an expert who can see through the haze, who can see you as what you truly bring to the world is more important than ever. We're going to be living in a problematic, let's call it radical uncertainty period of time for a long time. And it's a magnitude that you and I have never seen in our lifetimes. So the skills that you need to navigate this are more important than ever. Look, your career may not have been going along the right track for a while, but here's the interesting thing about difficult times. Difficult times point out the fragility, the frailties, the things that actually weren't working that well anyway. You may have noticed in your personal relationships, perhaps, that has happened. You may have noticed it's happened in your career. You may have noticed that the things that were hanging on by a thread have broken through. You may have noticed that your own personal ability to handle the pressure, to handle a toxic environment, to handle the fact that you haven't moved up or made more money in several years. You may have noticed that your ability to handle the BS has hit a breaking point. And so many of the women who I coach in my kick-ass workshop, that's what's happened to them over the past year or so. All the more reason to get an expert, because the complexity of how to build that back has never been more obvious. So this magnitude of radical uncertainty, coupled with a brand new economic reality, along with your personal trauma pattern, is a very complex thing to sort out. And if you think you can just go to normal life, if you think you can just use what you've leaned into in the past to move forward, you're probably missing the boat on your true fulfillment and success. There's also, if you're a professional woman, I'm going to say something right now that you know is true, but I'm going to say it perhaps in a way that you haven't heard it before. There is an invisible barrier for women to succeed in the world anyway. And if you're a woman of color, or you're not a Native American born and bred woman, that's about half of my clients, actually. Women who are first generation in this country, women who have immigrated from this country to this country from other countries, who have skills and talents that are outstanding, outstanding. We've got a woman in our workshop right now. She's an amazing, amazing professional woman who has been disrespected, mistreated, pushed down, and underemployed, partly because she was accepting it as an immigrant, thinking that that's all that she was going to be able to get. And then she began to realize what the big gap was between what she really brings to the table and how she's being respected and how she is in the organization. And she's providing amazing value. I've actually been working with her to see what she brings to the table and have her feel the true value within and feel that worthiness and bring her soul to life in a way that she's now interviewing at VP level positions that she would have never considered before. As a matter of fact, she was trying to hide in her current role, hoping that the disrespect and the negativity would go away someday. Hiding is not a strategy for success. And this woman is absolutely no longer hiding. And I want that for you. If you're not sure what to do, if you're waiting to enter a better career or you're waiting for a promotion or raise, what are you waiting for? So many women we work with feel invisible and unrecognized. And we're taught to keep our noses down and be quiet and wait to be recognized and wait for someone to call on us, the polite student. This doesn't work. That invisible barrier that exists in the world because you're a woman has to be broken through by a more powerful soul. And although people don't want to admit it, working hard and keeping your nose down is exactly the strategy to stay stuck. It's exactly the strategy to stay pigeonholed in a job where you're actually probably providing an amazing amount of value and they're never going to move you ahead because you're doing the job of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Do you know what I mean? I think you do. If you have experience and expertise in your field, you need to adapt and learn new ways of showing up, advocating for yourself, and doing your best work without working harder to get ahead. I know that might be counterintuitive, but actually all of the strategies that are necessary now are counterintuitive, and they're against perhaps what you learned as a young girl and as a professional woman to this point. The strategies to be more and do more and to feel more fulfilled inside and to make more money are perhaps counterintuitive or counter to what you learned as a young person growing up. So this idea of working hard and hoping they'll recognize you doesn't work. You have no idea right now, if you haven't succeeded to the level that you want, what your experience and expertise could literally bring you in the marketplace. And we see this with every single woman we work with. Some women are wanting to pivot completely out of their careers. And I'm going to tell you about a woman like that in a few minutes, to try to duck and hide from a career that you might think is the problem. But the problem really is how you've been treated and how you've been accepting that and what that's done to your soul. Let that sink in for a second. A current client that I mentioned before was ready to abandon a 25-year successful track record. And we helped her land a consulting gig, having been out of work for over a year and a half, to try to bridge herself into getting back on track. And she was reluctant to take that consulting gig because it was against this big, lofty idea she thought about actually leaving her profession. And when this employer of this consulting gig reflected to her how smart, talented, and valuable she was to him in the short term, although he couldn't afford to hire her full time, she said to me, I didn't realize that I was that good. And I never really felt that anyone saw it before. Within several weeks, we helped her lift herself back into the profession that she truly, really loved and not abandon it. We helped her realize that what she had framed and what she had accepted in toxic work environments was the thing that was eating her alive and causing her to want to be leaving her profession. Through great coaching and an expert formula that we have in our workshop, she was able to realize a dream of hers to land a job in her profession for more money than she's ever made. And we helped her negotiate the offer with more money, a little better bonus, and another week's of vacation time. Most women don't even ask for more. Had she not been in our workshop, she would have tried a secondary career. And frankly, she knows now that that would have been a huge failure because her truth was to stay in her profession, but she didn't know how to reorganize herself to be successful in this day and age, in this new economy, with a greater power of what she brings to the table. So I want you to keep staying tuned because I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how you navigate this. If you're feeling stuck, scared, intimidated, hopeless, if you worry that jobs are going to younger people, if you lack clarity about what you need to keep growing and thriving again in this new economy, in this new reconfiguration of what the world looks like now, it's moving fast. Have you noticed? Things are moving very rapidly, and there is a lot of money circulating. There's a lot of investment going into particular industries and sectors where there's going to be such expansive growth. They're going to be looking for talented people, perhaps with exactly your credentials. And you may not even be looking at that because heads down, stressed out, trauma pattern, you're afraid to show up and really interview for the roles that you are built for. I don't want you to suffer any longer, and I don't want you to downplay yourself any longer. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting your family, you're hurting the future, and you're hurting all of us. If there's one soul on this planet downplaying themselves, it hurts all of us. You've got wonderful education, expertise, and experience to share with the world. But if your soul's not alive and thriving, you're not going to do the job that you want to do in the world, and you're not going to feel the level of fulfillment that you deserve. So let me just talk to you about the skills that are necessary for you in this new world. And we can help you with these skills. One of the things that we do a really great job on is helping you get clarity about where you're at and what we possibly could do with you and for you to elevate yourself. And how we do that is with a complimentary career clarity call. Jump on the call with us with one of our experts. My team is awesome. You book that at mofall.com/liveclarity, and you can look at the link below here. Jump on a complimentary career clarity call. Give yourself the time to invest in an expert discussion to see what's really going on. And if we can help you, we'll show you the way. If we can't help you, we'll show you the way to another strategy. Let's get the clarity that you deserve. Now, if your career has not progressed, like the clients that I've mentioned to you already today, and the hundreds, thousands actually of other women who we have helped. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a personal story. One of the beautiful women who graduated from our workshop 3 years ago, I actually did her clarity call. She came into our workshop because she was at the brink of quitting a job that she had been in at the time for 22 years. She'd been in the educational sector for 25 years and had 3 more years to her retirement. And she was close to quitting because of the stress, the emotional tension, and what it was doing to her body. Her doctor was encouraging her to quit her job because it was too high stress for her. And she wasn't able to navigate it in a way that she was able to sustain. So she booked her complimentary career clarity call 3 years ago. We identified what was really going on. And I knew that I could help her in my workshop, following my expert formula and working with me and my team of coaches so that she could stabilize herself, find her soul back, and navigate her career in a more powerful way, not at the brink of wanting to quit. So here it is 3 years later. She's posting in our graduate community in Facebook about the joy she feels in her heart now looking at retirement in just a few days. How grateful she is that she actually booked that call and talked to an expert that she trusted and knew could help. She's now looking at a successful, fulfilled career where she didn't abandon it too soon. She stayed long enough to fulfill all of her dreams, take care of her kids' educations, and move into the next chapter of her life feeling as awesome as she's ever felt in her life. She's actually going to join us for our annual retreat for the second time. And I'm really looking forward to actually seeing her in person and giving her a big hug. The last 3 years of her life have been her best. And I say that humbly as the woman who helped shepherd her through and to that. And her post of gratitude just brought my heart into such a big warmth and brought tears to my eyes actually the other morning when I read it. And I shared that with my team, giving all of them recognition and celebration for a job well done, to save just that one soul, just that one woman's career. We all feel like we've done a great job in the world. And that's the level of fulfillment that we get to feel when we help you succeed. It's really an awesome, awesome feeling. So let's get back to the new economy and let's get back to the things that you need to do. As human beings, we are adaptive creatures. Okay? That's how we roll. But you may be adapting to the negative and the stress in such a way that your energy, your emotions, your soul has gotten so crushed that your body is now suffering. You must learn to adapt in a way that is not maladaptive, but that is proactive and helpful to you as a growing human being, not shrinking. So being adaptive is a necessary component. You know, working hard is overrated. And when you can adapt and maneuver in the world as a powerful soul, you're not going to work harder. You're going to work better. You know, that term work smarter, it's really deeper than smart. When you work with the power of your soul, when you are in your flow, in your genius zone, you have this thing called dynamic stability. Yes, a stability that keeps moving and flowing and grooving. And that's who you can be when you learn to be an adaptive human being. You can only be that level of adaptive human being moving into dynamic stability when your soul is lit up and when you are feeling the power of who you truly are at the soul level. That's what fuels your career. We do not ever have to get our women more education. Matter of fact, they are so overeducated and underemployed that they haven't even leveraged what they've learned in their college, master's, PhD level. They are not fully leveraging it. So adaptation means being able to maneuver and move and groove in a fast growing marketplace where you have dynamic stability. If you haven't changed your job or moved up in the past 2 years, you're lagging behind in a trajectory that could really, really pay off. One of our gals, I'll never forget this. She was a mid-30s woman who was making $80,000 for the past 10 years. She really had gone nowhere. Same job, 10 years. And she was losing her job. She booked her clarity call. Again, that's mofall.com/live clarity. She booked her clarity call knowing that her job was ending at some point because the company said they were going to close where she was working. And she came to us saying, I don't want to just get another job at the same level. I want to upgrade myself and I don't know how to do it. We helped her get a job making $35,000 more. Now she's got about 30 more years in her career. If she makes not a penny more than that $35,000 more, which of course she will, because now she has the tools and the strategies and tactics to keep upgrading. As a matter of fact, she has done that. So she's now making $50,000 more than she was making 2 years ago. Do the math. Let's do the $50,000 times 30 years. That's $1.5 million more of earnings. Not just that, but her soul is lit up. She's the mom she's always wanted to be. She's now a better partner to her husband. She's a better sister and a daughter. She feels alive in life and she's living a fulfilled, happy life, not the grunt and grind of a job, but a career that is paying off, a career that is going somewhere. As a matter of fact, she's a valuable right-hand person to the CEO of her company now. as a VP, and she never expected herself to be able to play at that level. Why? Because her family of origin never played at that level. So this is new for her entire family. She's the highest earner, highest educated, highest professional person by far who's ever been in her family. And that's something that we help coach through a lot. There's a lot of women who are breaking the barrier and breaking the ceiling of what their family of origin has done before them. And this beautiful woman she just is totally on my heart talking about her. Not only is she going to be making over $1.5 million over her career, more than what she was doing before she worked with us, but her soul and her happiness and her fulfillment in life is more than ever as well. That's because she's learned how to have dynamic stability. I'm going to also tell you something. Impatience is finally a virtue. Women have been told for years, decades, all of our lives to be patient. You'll get yours. Just wait. No. Later is too late, and there is no later. Okay? This is a big change from previous assumptions that you just had to wait your turn. No, you need to declare and claim what you want and go after it. But if you don't feel worthy, if you don't feel that you have the right strategies, you're going to not do it because you're afraid to make a mistake. So impatience can fuel a fabulous career move. And if you don't know how to do that, again, let's talk to you. Let's have you book that complimentary career clarity call at mofall.com/live clarity. That's how all the thousands of women who we worked with and up-leveled have started their journey with us. It starts with that. We've got to help diagnose what's really going on. Look, if we can't help you, we're not going to offer you to be in our workshop. I only want to work with women who I can help. If you're a professional woman with education, expertise, and experience, and you're not feeling that that's going in the right direction, if you're suffering or struggling in your career, if you're leaving behind hundreds of thousands of dollars, which you've maybe never considered before, we need to talk. I'd love to help you totally live the life that you are destined to live and that you want to live, and that your creator has been urging you. Have you felt the tap on the shoulder? Okay, let's get going on that. So adaptation, impatience, and let's just say this, it's all about the village around you. Developing a strong trust network of other like-minded people who are moving and grooving in this new dynamic stability that they've encountered. We have a beautiful community of professional women who continue to grow and up-level because they have the tools. My Kick-Ass Career Workshop is 12 weeks where we help elevate you to a new level. And guess what? You have those tools forever. And guess what? You get to join the best sisterhood on the planet of professional, soulful women who are all continuing to live strong, rich lives and continue to up-level. I could rattle off for 30 minutes the grads over the past couple of weeks who are building new homes, having the vacations of their lives, buying new cars, moving to new cities that they've always wanted to move to, moving closer to their parents that they now want to as they age. Over and over in our community of trusted, kick-ass women who have all gone through the 12-week journey and up-leveled themselves. Now they get to hang out with each other. I could also tell you about the 12 women I got to meet in person in Washington, D.C., and the 6 or 7 women who got together when I was out in Denver several months ago. This is an amazing, amazing aspect of success, and that is to surround yourself with a trusted community, a trusted network of like-minded people. If you're the highest earner amongst your friends and in your family, you're in the wrong circle. I want to help up-level you and uplift you into a circle of women who are higher level than you, who you're maybe a higher level of some, and they continue to up-level and lift each other because they have the strategies and the soul power to do that. Companies now are actually looking to make sure that they have people who are on growth curves now. They don't just want someone to show up and do work. So you have to be that dynamically stable person. You have to be impatient for yourself, and you have to be in a trusted network and a community or an environment around you that helps you thrive to your success. Let's help you get all of that by the possibility of working together And again, that all starts with a powerful conversation on a complimentary career clarity call. I want you to be just like Anne and Deidre and Dolores. And I'll tell you about some of those ladies in a second. Book your complimentary career clarity call at mofall.com/live clarity. And perhaps be like Deidre. She made a $110,000 leap job to job. Her father, who's a preacher, exclaimed to her that it was a miracle. He picked peanuts and cotton as a young boy in the fields and never imagined that he would have a daughter who would soar to that height of success and abundance. Now she's got 2 teenage daughters, and they're now looking at a mom who is soaring at a new level. And she's created for them a standard of possibility that's beyond their wildest dreams. As a Black woman, she's setting a trajectory again also for all the Black women to be success-minded and see what's possible for them. How about Dolores, who worked for decades and is working as a TV producer? After working with us and totally feeling her power back after being burnt out and under-recognized, she's the proud winner of an Emmy Award. We sent her some flowers that she put right next to her Emmy Award and thanked us for all the work that we had done to lift her soul. She didn't have to change her job to be a better version of her and to be more recognized and to do better work. But she was burnt out, frazzled, and didn't believe in herself anymore. And we helped lift her up. Ladies like Anne, Dolores, Janet, Joanna, I could rattle off names for hours. These women all did something special. They booked their clarity call because they decided it was time to get help. When you have the skills and abilities, but you've not been recognized and you're not moving forward in your career, this is a problem. It's like a disease. And when you bring your soul alive and create clear goals aligned with who you are, and then you are supported in the right action, investing in yourself and hiring a career coach and a team who can help you seems like the most obvious answer. So let's get that for you. Go to mofall.com/live clarity and book that appointment. And we'll help you get that absolutely proven solution that thousands of our clients have used to thrive in this changing economy. We want that for you. So book your call, take action today, and don't live one more day waiting. Don't live one more day not being able to adapt. Don't live one more day feeling unseen, invisible, or out of control. Don't live one more day overworking, trying to overwork negative thinking that's going on inside. Let's get you loving your career. Let's get you making a big impact, and let's get you making the money you deserve for you, your family, and your future. This is Coach Mo Fall, founder and creator of America's Kick-Ass Career Workshop, where we help professional women up-level their souls, land their dream jobs, and have a beautiful, expanded life. That's what you deserve as well. Coach Mo Fall, mofall.com, and everywhere.